Hello and welcome. This is a completely unannounced and impromptu mini angel oracle read. I typically show up and do this on Fridays, and today's Tuesday. But I've just completed the writing of my book. This is the not for sale copy, but this is Space Library, the first book in the series called Beings of Light. And I'm in a very celebratory mode because this has been a long build-up to finish this book and channel this book. And so we're going to hear from the angels on... And before I begin, if I have your permission to scan your energetic field in the session, just say yes. And if I have your permission to, let me rephrase that. If you would like to receive the light codes that are embedded in the transmission that are going to be channeling through the frequency, the vibration of my voice and my energy through this field that we're creating collectively, then just say yes. My guides are sharing why. Why would you want to? And the reason why you might want to is because we're all here to remember together. Remember of our original divine design. And when you open yourself up to the light codes that are coming into the planet, no matter what you do, whether you're intending to receive them or not, but when you say yes to the ascension process, you are inviting yourself to a way of life that is in surrender to the divine. And it's stepping into your life in a way that what they're showing me is many of you may not have felt this since childhood. And they're showing me from points in childhood where you were completely expressed and completely embodied as a soul. So they're just sharing when you receive these types of light codes that I'm going to be bringing in for us, from us, you're just going to feel a new energetic. Okay. And the first angel that we're getting, and the angel deck I'm working with, this oracle deck is Diana Cooper, and the artwork is Jane Delaford Taylor. I love this deck. And if any of you are, you play with oracle cards or tarot, I'm going to put the angel on deck. I haven't brought tarot in yet, and I know that there will be a time that I do, but the reason I have not is because my mission here is to be a bridge between spirit and physical. So that's sort of where I'm going to be helping. It doesn't mean that we're not doing shadow work along the way, because it's very necessary. But my area of helping for you is going to be opening you into the depths of yourself that you may have resisted or denied. So the first angel we're getting is Archangel Charity. Give with an open heart and be generous. Oh my gosh, I am having my daughter last night, my 5-year-old daughter, put her hand on my heart, like sitting right here, and said, "Mom, I love you because you're generous." And this is a very self-love moment I'm having in this nanosecond of time. But what's coming in is that what the guides are sharing with me is that sometimes we forget, and especially when we're starting to feel drained, or we're sensing our overgivingness, or we're sensing our charitable embodiments, we might get this feeling or this subtle nudge of that what we're giving doesn't matter, or it's just draining us, let's say. And what they're sharing is, no. When you're generous from your heart. When you give from your heart, that is creating a connective fabric of your soul that's very natural. It's actually the most natural thing for us as a soul to be generous. Okay, they're asking me to pull my book out and flip to it. Oh, that's fun. So I'm going to do a little impromptu reading of the book that I'm having. It'll be published March 21st. It's called Space Library, Beings of Light. My pen name is Brie Marie. I really like having a pen name. I wear a lot of hats here. It just feels good. But I just flipped to a page. One of the things about this book, if you decide to purchase it eventually, is that you can kind of use it like an oracle. Where you, thank you, Star Mariette. You can kind of like flip to a page and get a message like of the day or kind of use it intuitively. But what I pulled to right away is this, it's the topic of in spirit versus in physical. So just talking about that. See how spirit just like weaves everything? And you're like, what? I just pulled an oracle card that's saying the thing I just said? Yeah, it's because it's all connected. But the question I have here is, I have some curiosity around when we are incarnated into form versus when we are in the physical realm, or when the spiritual realm, where we are only in our light body. Can the Council of 12 provide some expansion of understanding around this? Okay, so I'm going to read that again, but read it right, because I don't remember channeling this. This is fun to do live. I have some curiosity around when we are incarnated into form versus when we are in the spirit realm, where we are only in our light body. Okay, so when we're in the physical, here we are in these bodies, and when we're in the spirit, we're just in that light body. Can the Council of 12 provide some expansion of understanding around this? Does anyone want to hear their answer? Because I am doing the Angel Oracle read, but if you guys want to hear the answer before it's even published, Corrigan says sure. Cool. Angel says yes. All right. Let's see. I don't remember what they said, so we're all in this together. You know what I'm saying? We can answer this by illustrating to you the movement of flow of these dimensions. We would like you to think of the dimensions as perspectives. Each dimension will hold a range or spectrum of perspectives. The fourth dimension is time. Once you surpass the fourth dimension, time will not exist. The human mind will not be able to find a construct or story to grasp this. The reason for this is because the mind is built upon the use of time to generate energy. When we remove time, the mind loses its grip, you could call it, into the present now moment. This is why during meditation, dreams, and out-of-body experiences, time does not make sense once you are grounded back into your body. Let us help find a mechanism for teaching this that your mind will be able to hold. Instead of thinking that you move from body to body across the dimensions, consider that you have infinite, layering bodies. All of them are stacked upon each other. Just as a nesting doll, you can peel back the layers. As each doll is taken apart and away, dolls beneath emerge. At the start, however, the tiniest doll only knows that of itself. It is the only being in existence after all. As each layering body stacks upon this smallest doll, the small doll is only shrouded in darkness. It will not know of itself outside of itself. We use this illustration to assist you in understanding that even though all of your being is connected across the dimensions, there is a barrier to what you can physically experience. Your light body is the bridge. In between incarnations, you are in this light body. This light body also carries with you through eternity. This is your essence. This is the source seed of your consciousness. During the awakening process on your planet, you will become more aware of this light body. You will begin to cultivate a relationship with it. An evolutionary process will unfold that strengthens the light of your light body. Early on, practices like meditation, astral travel, hypnosis, and brainwave altering states of being are used to begin harmonizing your ego, mind, with your light body. Beyond that is a medley of synchronicities beyond your wildest dreams. There is no limit with regard to your light body. The light body is free. It has no bounds. Oh, wow. I probably wrote that like a year and a half ago, or channeled that a year and a half ago. And that was like very landing for me to experience again. And then anyone that might be watching this video in the future, I'm pretty sure that's going to be page 92. I've done some edits to the, hi Anthony. There's no boundaries because there's no time. And that's why in spirit there is no time. And then Corrigan, just to really land this. So I had an NDE in 2015. And when I crossed to the other side, I was only out of my soul was only, let me rephrase this. My light body, or you can say my soul, was only out of my body for a few seconds. But I experienced if me downloading everything that I received when I crossed over here in the human, I wouldn't have enough time in this life to do it. And it's still, that information that you receive in the realm of spirit, I will say, or non-form, I can say, it's going to be really, really difficult to land in the physical because it's limitlessness. There truly are no bounds. So, did you guys enjoy that? It's the first time I've read live from this, and it's not even published yet, but it will be March 21st on Amazon. That was fun. Thank you for being with me for that. Jana's sharing, those are my favorite kinds of downloads, the ones you forget. Me too. And let me just share with a lot of my trance channelings, I take from it the spiritual, let's say, lesson and that energetic stamping, but the specifics, I don't remember them, and that's why sometimes when someone will ask me about it, I'm like, I look like a deer in headlights because I just don't remember. But what you can know about these sorts of things is that your light body is always with you. So you can always, you can access from the formless and bring it into form is what feels like the message that Spirit's trying to overall bring in. Where did people get the information when there's no time on the other side? See, what's happening here, Corrigan, is that we're trying to use the mind, which is linear, to understand spiritual context, which is not linear. Luke, so happy to have you here. You shift your consciousness to other dimensions. Right, so it's what Spirit is showing me now is just remember that the dimensions it's like that nesting doll situation. We're using our consciousness, our awareness, and our light body, the mechanism of our light body. Not a paid reading, totally free. I just read a little bit of the book I'm publishing, Luke, too. And I'll repost this on my YouTube because I didn't announce this or anything. It was just like Spirit was like, hey, does this seem fun to you? And I was like, sure. And everyone, please check out Luke's page and his Etsy shop. He helped me out, and he listened to the call of spirit, and I've been wearing this like every day. Sleeps next to me. Well, sometimes it sleeps in the moonlight, and I also give it some sun because I love it, and it's not just a tool, it's like a spirit guide. I will continue. But what we're really doing here on planet Earth right now is welcoming in this new way of life that is just totally unknown to us. You know, bridging spirit and physical. This is something that I would say that the ancients really had a good embodiment of this. They embodied it, they lived it. It was their living prayer. And the one thing that the guides are showing me again that I've been really learning into and remembering into a lot, which is these ancients saw death very differently. So the ancient beings that were living on planet Earth, there's been many groups, but what they fundamentally understood was that death was a transition. They didn't see death as this thing to be feared, and they didn't see death as an ending. So if I can do anything for all of you, and I hope to serve you in some sort of way, it's that when I say that I know our souls are eternal, I am not saying this just because I think it's a pretty idea and I want it to be true. It's something that I know within every cell of my being is true. Okay, and we're going to do another angel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Archangel Christine. Eternal. Accept the Christ light, act with wisdom and loving compassion. So, this is a very juxtaposed, clairvoyant image they're giving me, but they're showing me that there's a 2025, the main, if we're going to go on the news, if we're going to go looking at what's the mainstream media saying, every few weeks it's going to turn over and be something new, but it's going to be an overlying, manipulative strategy that's going to tell you that the world is like doomed and it's like end times. And it's, let's see. Yeah, they're showing me like the whole world on fire. Like they're showing me that it's going to be a lot of messaging this year. And we all know this. It's not like we're not familiar with this sort of thing on planet Earth, but this year it's just going to be louder. And so what they're sharing is as this is occurring, and they've shared this before through me, but Archangel Christine is very poignant with it. And to say that this year, if you do nothing else but go within and just be comfortable within. So basically have this ability to go within yourself and really and drop into yourself, into your inner being in any instance and find that love and that remembrance of your eternal soul and that remembrance of the divine. If you can just do that this year, you're golden. You will be fabulous. Doesn't matter what your bank account says. Doesn't matter what people in your life are saying about you. If you can do that this year, you'll be golden. And they're just sharing they're sharing the other thing that they often share. There's going to be instances where we do need to leave certain areas on the land, but what it feels like Mama Gaia is transmitting is, yeah, she's sharing, Mama Gaia is sharing a message with us right now of, I've got you. You're my children. I've got you. And this is very uncomfortable to share on a live. but let's see if I can and be safe. Yes. So some of the stuff that we're going to see, weather stuff, it's not Mama Gaia. So she's just asking us to be able to discern and asking us to trust her. And then she's also sharing in the places where, maybe there is danger. Tune into her to ask, is it my safe here? Or do I need to relocate? Because she's a being. She's a conscious being. So she wants she wants your survival. She wants your best. Natural disasters are actually raising the frequency. Yeah. And it's also, along with that, is that our sun is in solar maximum and some other things with the great central sun that I've channeled quite a bit on, and I still don't, like the great flash and this sort of, I'm tuning into it now with all of you here because I'm catching your understanding of this too. And if you haven't checked out my YouTube video on it that I channeled yesterday, it's called The Great Flash and the 3 Days of Darkness. We're not to wait. They're being they're putting exclamation points around this. They're sharing we're not waiting for a great flash so that we can be oh, well, then everything will be gravy and we'll get to tell everyone around us, see, told you so, told you so. It's not like that. Yeah, the ending of the solar maximum. So it's and then there's also timeline stuff going on. So there's definitely some funky stuff going on too. And it really just depends on what dimension we're taking the perspective at. Because when we're at the 3D dimension, we're going to see the manipulation and the things that are, just a group, a rebel group, we can call it, of beings that they're really clung to the fear and they want it real bad. And it's we're not gonna let them have the fear from us. We're not gonna give them what they want because we're gonna be able to see from the dimensions that are more clear and more in the know to know that 2026 we definitely get an energetic break. We get it'll feel more neutral is what I'll share. And that feels there's a lot of things that are up in the air when it comes to predicting future stuff, but it feels very solid that the energetics of 2025 versus the energetics of 2026, I'm feeling them subtly. Feel them yourself, feel them yourself. But 25 is just going to be whoa, 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 whoa. And then 26 is going to be does that make sense? That's the best way I can do it in a vibrational voice aspect. Does this mean with all these ships around me? Oh, yes, absolutely it does. You wouldn't be able to see light ships unless you were seeing from a light frequency. Yeah. That's all I can share on that. Okay. One more card, and then I'm going to close it out because this is just a mini today. I will be back on Friday, probably around noon. They're everywhere, 100%. But they're here to help. Also, they're showing me, it also has to do with the collective consciousness. So that's why you'll have, they're showing me half the world might be seeing these things. And half the world is either not seeing them or in denial of them. Let's see. Me too. It's such a good group on Fridays. It's it feels like family reuniting. It's very delightful. Okay, the next angel 4. Yeah. I love that full circle. Guardian angel, and it came in reverse. our guardian angels are sharing because I'm always with you. This is a duh moment. um, um, I see a star at night that keeps moving around and changing colors with, what is it? Is it Betelgeuse? Are you seeing Betelgeuse maybe? You can use those apps, but yeah, what they're sharing right now is that these things that we're conceptualizing of, these things about like we're opening to new understandings and new expansions and new, oh, we're part of a multiverse. Well, Beetlejuice is, actually, me and Beetlejuice, we're friends. In the sense that I channeled Beetlejuice. It was like very weird experience. Also very fun. That's also on my YouTube. But I channeled Beetlejuice. It's one of those things again. One of the really good downloads because I barely remember. Yeah, Luke. What Beetlejuice is going through, Beetlejuice is somewhat in a death process, we can say. And Beetlejuice is a conscious being and is aware. And we're not going to be, that the main thing that they're showing me is like Beetlejuice going supernova isn't a thing for us to fear. But it will be something for us to definitely spectacle at and witness, and it'll be really like cool. And also all the Beetlejuice beings, I can't believe I'm going here today, they're taken care of. We're always taken care of. Our souls are always taken care of. That's what they really want to share. And they're showing me Christ consciousness, unity consciousness. What we're doing right now on Earth really is unifying. We're unifying the field. We're becoming aware of our energetic field. We're becoming aware of our spiritual gifts. We're becoming aware of our telepathy. We're becoming aware of our self-healing abilities. We're becoming aware of the fact that everything is quantum. We're becoming aware of the fact that we're ascending. We're just becoming aware. It's happening whether we are trying for it or not, but when we check in with our energy, at our chakra levels, remembering that each chakra is a conscious being that is within a certain bandwidth, a certain frequency range that's going to be able to help us in different capacities. So we're also talking about the rainbow light body here. So your soul, okay, they're wanting me to go really deep today. Okay, so they're sharing, this pure, we can call it this pure essence light of your oversoul, okay? And your oversoul is emanating through many, many varying dimensions, we can say. Your oversoul just emanating, emanating, emanating. So you have all of these different higher selves, we can say. Your soul is so limitless. Your soul is so expansive. That's why when we talk about all these dimensions being here now, Rainbow Bridge from the Oversoul. Mm-hmm. And that's why when we go into the chakras, think about that. We're tuning into, okay, let's go to the root chakra. If anyone's not driving or operating machinery, we can tune into this in a very deep, impactful, and stamping way. So when we go to that root chakra and we're just tuning into the root chakra, we're just allowing ourselves to be with that energy, that red energy, that grounding energy. That is a fabric of us and the cosmos that is interconnective. And then when we go up to the sacral and we're in that orange, creative, sensual, expansive, that's your passion, that's your connection. And you're in that energy. Now you're connecting to an entire web that's on that frequency. And your soul, this is how you're able to ascend. It only moves for me. It's weird. Like a chakra, your chakras should be moving, and they are moving. No matter what you do, they're spinning. They're spinning. All your electrons spinning. Everything is so interconnected. Our mind will never be able to get it. But like they're showing me the image of like the lungs, and then like the way that they look exactly like a tree, and then the tree roots, and how the tree of life, and how this web of the cosmos looks just like our lungs and just like the tree, and it's all micro, macro, spirit, physical. And we're swimming and we're swimming and we're swimming. Let's see if we got everything. We're all one. Love yourself unconditionally. Okay, and ask for help. So, this is my soul lesson right now. Hi, Heather. I'll be posting it on my YouTube, so no worries. And then it'll also go in the Energy Healing membership. Well, first of all, from the spirit, it's the reminder of your spirit guides can't help you unless you ask. It's the law of non-intervention. So we need to ask. So if you're feeling like, I never hear from my spirit guides, I don't have spirit guides. Yes, you do. But you might need to ask, because if you're not open to it, you can't receive it. And then also in the physical, what they're showing me is, also remember there, asking for help is safe. So there may and there will be times in life where you're needing to ask for help, and that is not a weakness. And then they're also sharing caveat. When you're asking for help in spirit, it could show up to you via the physical beings here. Connected through the oversoul. So whenever we're turning into that oversoul, we're tuning into the other oversouls. And that might land through a person. Or an animal. Or a tree. Okay, let's see if I got everything there. Or they're sharing also to scan your sensorium. So it could come through your hearing. It could come through just a sensation. It could come through a vision. It could come through, they're also sharing it could feel like an energy that's coming a little bit more up from the earth, maybe Mama Gaia moving through the feet and up through the body, or it could feel more like an energy that's, meant to be sourced directly through you, where you're going to become your own inspiration. Okay. Okay. Let me just scan the guides and see if we have any closing messages for all of us. Okay. They're sending through the reminder of that. They're saying the darkest before the dawn. So some of you might be having those darkest before the dawn moments. Remember that everything here is movement and change. Okay? Remember that everything is evolving, expanding, and ascending without effort. So the times that feel like the darkest before the dawn, that may simply be, a calling of your higher soul, your higher self, to go deeper within before you re-emerge. So there's also showing me a chrysalis period. They're sharing a lot of us will have many chrysalis periods, but each time that we emerge from those chrysalis periods, we're emerging into the unknown with faith. So they're showing me they're showing me like flying squirrels and like basically like birds for the first time flying, where that's just like the mom just like pushes the bird out the nest and it's got to figure it out. But they're sharing we're going to have those periods and relish in them. How can you find, even in the shadow work, when you're sitting there ugly crying and sobbing and you're just like, feeling like everything is just collapsing at once. Like, can you have this moment of, this is beautiful. Like, I'm letting myself feel this. I am releasing so much right now that's been stuck. So they're just sharing, like, understand that these moments of release and deep inner processing are beautiful. They're so beautiful. There's beauty in the darkness. And that's where, and they're sharing like in that no thing, in the womb of no thing, is where we are in that state of emptiness, but it's also the state of, and they're showing me like deep in the fertile soil, in this darkness, this seed just shrouded in darkness, and then it bursts. And they're just sharing relish in all of it, relish in the sadness if it's coming up, or the anger if it's coming up. It's not there to contest you. It's there to move. Okay, let's see if I got everything there. And then the Kundalini energy and the lotus flower. So it's a lot of us when we're reigniting that inner spark, well, wow, this is a whole new version of me, right? Like it's like, oh, I've got like sensations to do a lot of things a lot of time. And wow, what is this? And whoa, whoa, whoa. And wow, these feelings are a lot. And yeah, it's a lot. But we're able to stabilize that and move it through. And we're getting better at moving it through the system to create the reality with which we desire. And let it be something that is a force for our own evolution and a force for our own shining our brightest light. But in the beginning, when we're starting on a healing journey, it can feel like everything is just shit. We can feel that way. But this is the spirit reminder of, no, child. When you're in those moments, know it's beauty. You're unpacking something beautiful. You're unleashing something beautiful. And they're also sharing initiation. Sometimes it's an initiation. So sometimes we're getting cracked open because that's the way to get to a new, let's say, and they're showing me like the 33 chambers of the heart and in our, Earth Star. We're opening up these, it's with the chakras too. So when we're going to each one and we're doing the full, we're allowing everything to flow and align. It's not about like, oh, I'm going to go to this chakra that is too small and looking yucky and make it better. No. We're not going with that energy. We're going to each chakra and going, hey, hello. How you doing? I love you. And that's what is creating it to return to its original, unconditional, limitless, self-sustaining state. I don't like the word activate or initiate. Okay. It's words. There's when we're going spirit to physical, where it's words can be words. Okay, this is what they're sharing. Words are going to carry on the collective consciousness weight. So basically any word here that's had consistent, let's say like half the population is looking at the word initiate with like a really dark, like scared, like, aw, crap energy. And then the other half of the world's looking at it as like a beautiful gateway. It's like that's how it is on planet Earth. It's all a paradox. Medicine! Yeah, but initiations are beautiful. They're beautiful. Especially when we can know that that's what's occurring. So they're sharing with the word attack. When we're using that word, they're sharing that's when we need to realize the reptilian brain is at play. Because the reptilian brain, and they're sharing, we're not hating the reptilian brain. It's like it's like part of our brain. It's just evolving. It's coming along. But the reptilian brain is really designed to protect us more in an animalistic sense. It's in fight or flight. So we're talking about when those like fear hormones kick on, everything will start to feel like an attack. And the reason they want to share that in that way, which I know can be triggering, is because they want you to call your power back. Because remember, you are an eternal soul. You are limitless, unconditional love and light. You're just living in a world where you've been told very different things than that for a long time. But that's your truth. Luke knows what's up. So does Madison. And if you guys are looking for practitioners or just magical beings, hit up Luke and Madison because they are that. I'm sure they're both blushing right now. And I'm okay with letting them receive a celebration of who they are. You know what I'm saying? They're both love and light, and they're real. They're authentic. They're not showing up with something they construed. Heather, too. Heather's here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to close it out. I went longer than I thought. I always do. No, 3 and 4. Okay, but it's going to be like a joint message. Okay. I should bring it through some light language. Anyone that wants to receive it. The archangels here under my fingers are sending some. It's very dragon-like. They're sharing that they're softening us because there was a lot of topics here we went to today. It was very complex is what they're sharing. Okay, let's see if we got Sandalphon and Guardian Angel. Wait, how did Guardian Angel get back in there? Guardian Angel wanted to come through twice and both times in reverse to share I'm always with you. Okay. So Sandalphon is just coming into what I'm being shown is the remember of the vertical and horizontal planes. So if we're working really with this vertical plane, when we call on Sandalphon and Metatron, very helpful because they're going to seal the grid from below and above and allow you to swim that vertical plane in a way that feels very safe and in the body. Is what Sandalphon is really, really helpful with, is being this very comforting bridge for the body when accessing these multidimensional states of consciousness. And then also remember, as you're accessing multidimensional states of consciousness, which you always are, but it's just we're becoming more aware of it. Our guardian angel is kind of there to be the one to hold us like a child. So you can, on this card, there's that remember to nurture that inner child of ours. So it's not about we're not going, ew, I'm in fear. I must be in the reptilian brain. I must slap myself or be scolding of myself. No, we're not doing that. No way. We're loving on all of it. So yeah, it's they want to soften around the whole message. So I'm just going to bring through a little closing light language just to ground us in the body. So just allow yourself to feel very cozy and comfortable in your body. Just allow it. It's not forcing it. You could do a little gentle scan. Just relax, just consciously relax and let go. And then just feel as Mama Gaia and your guardian angel and Sandalphon and Metatron just kind of hold you in this egg-like structure where you just feel really nurtured and protected. And you feel able to shine beyond your shell. And you just feel really warm and safe. And then just notice as you're opening your eyes and just gently scanning around your space, that your higher self is here, as they've always been. And just feel your higher self anchored. And feel the archangels protecting you on the vertical and horizontal planes, where you feel a settledness and a balance. And then they're just asking some of you to omit hum, hum, hum 3 times. There's a lot of work done in the throat today, so you can all speak your truth more freely and comfortably. And then some of you will want to omit om, om, om. Maybe feel that in your root or around yourself. And then they're just sharing as a closing message, you're never alone. And then those of you that feel supported in spirit but you don't feel supported in the human, you are never alone. We're all here together. All loving on each other, supporting one another, because we're one. And it's good that we're all different, because it would be really boring otherwise. Hi, Jackson. Everybody have a very, very beautiful day. Remember how loved you are. Remember that you are love. And if you want to catch the full version of this, it'll be on my YouTube page at Soul Healing with Bree. I'm deeply honored to sit with each and every single one of you. And let's take a deep breath together. Namaste.